Hey Homo sapiens and Marbites, it's me Rogue Marby Scott. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back any new watchers or subscribers. So today's look is going to be an inspired look and a tribute look to someone that I hold dear and close to my heart. So without further ado, let's go on to the tutorial. Oh, you're probably thinking, he's already started. Yeah, I don't know why I'll make this video too long. So I've already blocked out my eyebrows because I don't want brows today, okay? 1, 2, 3, because you're very watery. So the foundation of choice today is the Insta Bake by Beauty Bakery, and the shade that I'm using is 311W. And I'm just gonna go in with my beauty sponge. And I did 3 pumps, as you saw. Look at that hair. And this foundation is on the medium to full coverage side of things. And as you can see, I'm just placing that on my face, stippling it on with my beauty sponge. My beauty sponge is damp, by the way, so I'm going to have to be careful around this area. Now I'm not going too close to my eyes, just because I'm going to be putting concealer there, and I'm intending on putting lots of concealer underneath my eyes today for this look. But yeah. So how you doing? What you been doing? What you been up to in quarantine and life during Corona? I know I've been at work, and I know it's been traumatic, somewhat. Yeah, it has been somewhat traumatic. No, it hasn't, has it? It's just been a very interesting time. I love this foundation so much. I think I should get sponsored or get on the PR list. Do you know what? I think I'm gonna go in with another 2 pumps. And if you can see spots all over my forehead, I don't even know where that came from. Well, I think I do. I did some makeup the other day, and I was using the I use glue I use glue on my face. I use the Prosaide. However, that same day I exfoliated and I used a cleanser that has salicylic acid. Oh, I can't remember how to pronounce it. But yeah. And then the spots just appeared, like last night, and I'm just like, oh, this is not the cutest thing possible, but yeah. So for this look, I really do want like a more full coverage look. Like, I don't want it to look cakey or anything, which is why I'm using a damp beauty sponge. But I do want it to also look on the natural side. Look at that, all over my hair. My band. I got a really weird funny hairline, don't I? What is this? Oh, it's hair. Do you wanna know a funny thing? Last year I was a size 10 wearing shoes and trainers. This year, guess what size I am? I should have stopped growing a long time ago. I am now a size 12. Anyway, we're gonna move on to concealer. And I am going in with the Insta Bake concealer from Beauty Bakery, and I'm not too sure how I want the coverage underneath my eyes. I mean, I've got bags, but I always have bags. I think I'm gonna go in first with the wand and just tap in the inner corners. And what I love about this wand is that it picks up just the right amount. Like, I don't have to dip in. Look, I am doing 2 eyes at the same time. So I'm just gonna leave that, and let me just bring that up towards the nose a little bit, because we are going to contour today. So I'm just gonna let that sit for a little bit, because I want that coverage right there to be perfect, and then underneath we will work with that later on. Yeah, the person that I am doing inspired by, and oh gosh, what did I do? That doesn't look better. Means so much to me, and I don't want to cry, but I just can't believe they're gone. We are both Leos, and both hard-headed and both very creative and knowledgeable, I would like to say. I feel like she was more knowledgeable than I was, but clearly she was older. But yeah, I loved her so much, and this is why I'm doing the look, basically, because I was inspired by her the other day, just, you know, going on her Facebook page and just having memories and stuff like that. It's really, I love this sponge because of how pointy it is. And I'm dragging that up towards the outer corner of my eye, all the way up into my temple. And as you can see, I'm using the pointy bit still. And then I'm going to go down my nose. And because there's no concealer on this bit and it's only on that bit, when I kind of go up and down, it marries them together, so I don't have to go in too much with blending with the butt. But I do wish like the tip was a bit more stiff. So I've just put concealer just where I have a bag, a natural bag, just so that I can bring it forward a little bit, and then I'm going to blend that out. And I'm going to put some concealer down here just to bring that forward, because everything else up here is like pow. And then I'll put some on my forehead as well. So I'm going to do that off camera, but I've just told you what I'm doing, so don't worry. Actually, I'm going to lie. So I put the concealer on, and that's where I'm going to blend. And I like going in circular motions because I feel like that gives the blend a little bit more. So we kind of just push in all that concealer into where we want it to be saturated first, and then we will do this to blend it out, those edges. So I'm just going to now use a light wash of powder underneath my eyes in a circular motion, just to get it in those creases and whatever. And I'm not going to bring it down further other than my eye bags, basically. And it looks like that I'm not using anything, but I am. I just want the powder to do what it needs to do, but without leaving a white cast, because the powder that I'm using, you sometimes will leave a white cast depending on how thick you're gonna go in with it. So I'm just gonna bronze up my face a little bit using a, what kind of brush is this? I think this is a highlighter brush, but I'm just going to bronze up around my face using this. and I wouldn't say it's contour. I'm just bringing like colour back into, like some naturalness back into my face, because it does kind of look one-dimensional. And then once I've done that, I am going to go in with my sponge just to marry that into my face. Now, because I said I was contouring today, I am going to be contouring my nose and my nose only, just because I want my nose to have a smaller appearance today. So I am going in with, I think this is black opal, and I think it's in the shade mahogany. No, it's black walnut. And I'm just going to go down my nose. However, I'm going to try and stay right on top, so I might need to bring my mirror closer, come in between my legs, and I'm just going to do my lines right on top of my nose. And then I'm going to bring that up like so, beyond my brows, creating like a V shape. My nose is bent, boy. And then I'm gonna put some underneath. A lot, actually. Because this is going to give the illusion of a more upturned nose. Lightly blend. Not moving the sponge, just tapping it where I have placed it. Just to sharpen it. This might seem so redundant. I'm just going to create a V underneath as well. I'll stop halfway and then put a little tip and then blend this up. I'm now using some face powder. I'm going to set underneath my nose, my contour, just so that it's very what I need it to be. So I'm just gonna go down, down. I'm gonna go over my contour as well, just so that it lightens it a little bit more and brings more attention to my nose. So I've just prepped my eyelids with some concealer, and I'm going in with the shade Zesty from the Vivacious palette. And I'm not going to show you the palette because it has gone through some time. And this is going to be a true testament of what this eyeshadow looks like when you don't have a completely white base. And I'm digging it right now. It's giving me the vibe that I want. and it is buildable, so I'm not going in too deep. I just need to find my contour because I lost it, which I should have just worked on beforehand, but that's okay. I know exactly where I want my contour to be, so now I'm going in with the shade Desired, and I'm going to go on top of that yellow and blend out and in. But I don't want too much of it, I just kind of want a stripe today. So around here, I want blue. So I'm going to go in with Destiny. And work some magic. So now I'm going to go in with some Pocus from the, what's it called again? The Sorceress palette. And I'm just going to sketch out lightly and bring it in like so. I'm using an angled brush, by the way, just because if I didn't, it wouldn't come off how I want it to look. I'm really happy with that so far, and I'm gonna do the same on this eye. So I'm just gonna go in with some Sabbath underneath my lower lash line. Bring it up into that corner and blend. Sabbath is a really nice shade. It's very darky. It's black and darky. Blur. Make it look grungy. Now I'm using the same brush that I used before to line underneath, but I've cleaned it off with some alcohol. And you probably like, why are you using alcohol? But yeah, I'm using alcohol because it cleans the brush the way that I need it to be cleaned, and it's quick and simple. So I'm just putting some Milky Way from the Intergalactic palette from Jodie Beauty, and I'm just going to kind of create a line of reference, as well as, well, you'll see, because I'm going to make these look like wings afterwards. So I've just created wings on this side, and I know these don't look like typical butterfly wings, but butterflies don't all have the same wings. They're not all rounded and everything, so therefore I'm doing these wings. They might look like angel wings, they might not even look like wings at all, but they are my wings, and this is the way that I want them to look, okay? So I'm going to create that on the other side. And as you can see, it's blended in here, so I'm going to start up here so that I can blend it in later on. So I'm just going to place some gems on, but I'm going to do that off camera just because that's going to just take too long. So I'm just going to place some gems up here and maybe in here, but I'm going to put some highlighter in here first. So getting that highlighter on a lip brush, I'm just going to place it in the inner corners. And I'm going to admit to you today that I did wet my brush just a bit too much. So I'm not entirely sure how much battery life I have left, but I'm not feeling this area, so I'm just going to go in with some more foundation. And that's just going to help with the overall look. I typically do want to go over my lips as well, because I want them to be muted but not too I just want to go over my lips. Shut up. So doing this look, I was like, do I want to have highlighter? Yes, I do want to have some sort of. So therefore I'm going in with You're Grounded from the, where are we from? The Coffee and Cream, no, the Coffee and Cocoa palette from, where are they from? They are from Beauty Bakery. And as you can see, I'm using a fluffy brush, but I'm actually really pushing that into my skin, because I didn't pick up too much, but I picked up enough for it to do what it needs to do. And the bristles, when they spread, it kind of puts it on evenly to where I want it. As you can see. See? Difference. So using the concealer on my brush, just gonna go down my nose like so, and circular blend it into my forehead. And this is also going to carve out the shape that I've already made. I've got it on my hand. So guys, that's the end of my tutorial, and as you can see, I put some butterflies on. Woo! Yeah. I was inspired by someone who loves butterflies, and her name goes by Susan Samuel. And yeah, I decided to do butterflies purely because I was thinking of her, and she meant so much to me, and I don't want to say too much about her, but yeah, she was a Leo. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial, and I will see you soon in the next video. Ugh, I'm gonna have to take all of this glue off now. What a pain. Bye. Look at me, I'm naked. No, I'm not really. But don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to the channel. Oh my gosh, look at my hair. Well, it doesn't really matter because I'm going in the bath right now. But don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I will see you soon in the next video. Bye.